Good afternoon, everybody. For those of you I haven't met, I'm Chaplain Dave Shoffner. I'm your Joint Base Lewis and Cord Garrison Chaplain, and I'm here on behalf of myself and Chaplain Lou Del Tufo, our Senior Chaplain here at Joint Base Lewis and Cord. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the situation that's going on here with the COVID virus. Most of you have gone online or have already seen the statement we put out today about the closure of our chapel services. I just want to take a moment and read that statement to you for those of you who might not have seen it. Due to the current COVID-19 risk assessment measures, all JBLM chapel services, religious education events, and auxiliary meetings are canceled through the end of the month of March. The JBLM Main Post Chapel and McCord Chapel 1 will remain open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 for individual prayer and private worship. The Chaplain Family Life Center will remain open and will continue to see clients by appointment. If you have any questions, concerns, or ministry needs, please call the Religious Support Office at 253-967-3718. We'll be monitoring that phone line between 7 and 6 p.m., 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day. The on-call duty chaplain is available after hours for emergencies at 253-967-0015, and of course unit chaplains remain available for their soldiers and their family members. We find ourselves in a time of trouble, but I'm sure most of you are well aware and could relate to the fact that trouble's not new. Trouble has been around for a long time. It's not new to people. It's definitely not new to people of faith, and trouble is definitely not new to churches and organizations of faith. In John chapter 16, Jesus is coming to the end of his earthly ministry. He's trying to prepare his disciples for the trouble that is about to descend upon him during Holy Week. And he's also trying to prepare them for the trouble that's going to come to them in the future after he's gone. He says to them, I have told you all of these things, in verse 33, I have told you all of these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take courage. I have overcome the world. As Jesus is spending all of chapter 16 here in the book of John, trying to prepare his disciples for the inevitability that trouble is going to come their way, he finishes off the chapter with these words. I find it very interesting that Jesus uses the word will, or in some translations must. You will have trouble. He doesn't say you might have trouble. He doesn't say some of you are going to have trouble. He doesn't say, there's a possibility of trouble. He uses a very definite word here. He says you will have trouble. So I guess the question that comes to my mind today is, what kind of trouble are you having? What kind of trouble are you in? We're right in the middle of a virus. Perhaps you're already sick. Perhaps you know somebody who's sick. Perhaps you're afraid you're going to get sick. Perhaps your family or a friend or someone in your unit or someone in your neighborhood has already been struck by the virus and possibly even killed. That's troublesome. Maybe you're not in that serious a situation yet. Maybe you're just worried. Maybe you're worried that you're not going to have enough to take care of your family. Maybe you're worried that you're going to go out and you're going to contract the virus. Maybe you're worried about how you're going to prepare for the future. Many of us found out this week that that those stock accounts that we were depending on for the retirement years, they're not worth as much as they were a couple of days ago. And maybe you're worried that you're not going to be able to sustain yourself in the future, that your future is not looking as bright because of this situation. So maybe there's a lot of anxiety out there. Maybe right now you just don't know. Hear the words of Jesus. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Jesus is in it with us. Yes, you may have found out today that your kids are not going to get to go to school, and you're going to be locked up at home all day long with a bunch of rambunctious kiddos. Is that a blessing? Is it a curse? Is it both? Who knows? But let's try to fight back the anxiety and understand that in the midst of this, God knows. God knows what we're going through. God knows where we are, and God is in it with us. Take heart. I have overcome the world. You're not in this alone. Jesus is in it with you. God is in it with you. And you're not in it alone because the rest of us are in it with you. We're in this thing together. So, turn to each other as best we can. Let us adopt the attitude of supporting each other, of supporting and helping when and wherever we can, because we're all in this together. You know, throughout history, people of faith, and especially the church, have normally been a source of comfort in the midst of crisis. And so I would remind you, I would ask you, I would encourage you that we try to be that right now as we go through this time. That we would be people of comfort and joy and support in crisis. I would also remind you that throughout crisis times in history, churches and places of faith have often grown during crisis. So my prayer is that we come out of this on the other end, that we not just survive, but that we thrive. That we'll come out of this stronger. Stronger as people, stronger as small groups, stronger as a community of faith. Here at Joint Base Lewis McChord, around the country, and around the rest of the world. So, as we look to the future, we hope that we will be able to expand some of these offerings that we will give you online. So we're hoping that you can come back to this website next week and hear not just Chaplain Shoffner with a few words of wisdom. We're hoping to bring your local chapel pastors into this forum so that you can hear from your own pastors each week. In the future, we'll try to include a little music and a few other voices, but we'll also be having individual sermons from individual pastors in the weeks to come. And I want you to forget, like I said earlier on, your chaplains and pastors are still out there for you. So if you need them, reach out to them. Especially those of you who are in units. We're going to be pushing a lot of our support down to the unit level. So look for your unit ministry teams, reach out to them. And I pray that we, as we go through this together, God will continue to bless us and protect us. And ask all of this and pray for all of this in Jesus' name. Amen.